Hello, everyone, and hello, American Outlier. Yeah, all is well. Today was the unfortunate day where I decided to spend some time with my wife. Like, I do that like twice a month. As in, spend some time as in going out, you know. And this is the day where she decided to eat garlic. It's very unpleasant, chat. It's very unpleasant, and yeah, this is what I had to deal with. These are my first world problems. Can't really complain though, because I'm pretty sure you guys have bigger problems than this. But still, it is what it is. I'll make sure that I eat a lot of garlic next time when we go out, so that she gets the point across. Hello, subject to change. A lot of people in the chat that are regulars. Glad to see you guys. But you know, a lot of people are telling me that I'm late. Did you ever consider that maybe you guys are early? Like, maybe I'm not to blame, it's the audience that's to blame. I should have the Marvel DC mindset, because apparently this is very trendy right now. Oh god, I'm going to make, look, since American Outlier is here, I'm going to show you guys something interesting. American Outlier, what do you think? Disney remakes. The original cartoon, the Disney remake. The original cartoon, the Disney remake. The original cartoon, Disney, don't you fucking dare. Do not dare do this, Disney. The mouse. Haha. I know you're usually cheerful, but this is not a joke. Like, do not make a live adaptation of this particular cartoon. You'd be in trouble. You know, it's actually funny. I think Muhammad Ali actually spoke about this. I saw a video of him back in the day. It's in black and white, like all the video. And he was talking about the hubris of the white man. Because it's like, so you're telling me that a white person grows up in a jungle and all of a sudden he's like the king of the animals and stuff? Like, there were a lot of tribes in Africa that lived in the jungle and none of them managed to talk with animals. Like, the hubris of the white man, you know? Actually, if you read the Tarzan the books, it's not only that he manages to tame the jungle, but it's also the fact that he manages to brutalize some of the tribes that were around the area. And yeah, there were like tribes of black people that happened to live in the vicinity of Tarzan. And they didn't see, they weren't exposed to civilization, right? Because like they were isolated tribes. And seeing a white person for the first time, they thought that he is some demon, some beast. And they started giving him offerings. That's in the book, by the way. It's very problematic. But, yeah, I'm really curious what Disney is going to do with that. Like, when exactly would they put the diversity in Tarzan? Because, so they can't make the villain, right? Like, who was the villain in Tarzan? Well, actually, I know where the diversity is going to be. Hold on, like, why am I so blind? Why am I so stupid? Like, I already know. If they make Tarzan the remake, like the live action adaptation, this is the diversity. Like, right here. You guys know it, I know it, everyone knows it. This is what they're gonna do. But even then, like, they're going to have, like, a black woman, like, swinging in the trees with the apes. That's problematic. So, I don't know. I don't know, but like, I'm telling you, I'm calling it from right now. That is going to be the diversity. That is so they're going to race swap. Yes, you're going to get the Black Jane. Absolutely. Absolutely, because they're not going to be able to make Tarzan black. Okay, like that is 100% not going to happen. They're not going to make the villain. I think his name was Preston. But that's interesting because they would have to make Jane's father black as well. Right? So, or either they cut him out or... it was a sequel to the event of the animated movie. Jane was still white in it. Well, she's not going to be white for long. I'm telling you. If they actually make the live adaptation and they're going to, you know, do the same thing that they did in all the other live adaptations, like, Jane is going to be racially diverse. they could turn Tarzan gay. I don't think they will because they still understand marketing. Like when they do this virtue signaling, they're trying so that it's just like a little bit, you know, just enough to create some controversy online, but not enough to actually affect their bottom line. Sometimes they're stupid enough and it does affect their bottom line and their movie gets banned from like 14 states. Sorry, 14 countries. Like it happened with Buzz Lightyear. Like it got banned in a couple of Muslim nations. I think it got banned in China. I have to check. But I do know it got banned in the Middle East. Oh, look at this. If Star Wars was made now, I do agree with it. Although, I think it, like her haircut is not accurate. Like it should have, you know, the half-shaved Marine buzz cut, the California look, right? But yes, if Star Wars was made now, this is what I would expect. You would definitely have the Stormtroopers actually would be fit because they're the villains, right? So like you don't have diversity with the villains. Like they make this all the fucking time. Especially if you watch the Rian Johnson take on Star Wars. Like the rebels are diverse, right? Like they even have like admiral gender studies and everything. Like there's a scene with 4 women that are all officers and stuff. And the bad guys are all cisgender straight white men with very few exceptions. Right? Like that's another theme that is difficult not to observe. Will Henry Cavill be Tarzan? I don't think Henry Cavill would want to partake in such a role, but the thing with Henry Cavill, from what I noticed, is that he wants the IP to remain the way it was meant to. So like he cares about lore consistency and stuff. He would probably not accept to join into something like Tarzan. Although he actually, well, now that I think about it, he did join The Witcher. Right, and The Witcher also took a lot of creative differences. They weren't that bad though, so maybe, I don't know. I could see Henry Cavill as a Tarzan. Like he would definitely be a really good pick. Jason Momoa, he's kind of getting old though. I mean, he's not getting old as in unable to fit for those particular roles, but he would not be the type of Tarzan that people would imagine. You know, like he's a little bit old for the role of Tarzan. Unless it's like the Tarzan that actually got back into civilization and he's not in the jungle anymore. Like, how old is Jason Momoa? Let me see. Jason Momoa. Recent picture. Momoa 2023. Let's look at this. Yeah, look. I think like he could still get in shape, but he's not right. He's not this anymore, right? Like he can't pull off this anymore, which is fine, I guess. Maybe with some makeup and stuff. How old is he though? Let me look at age. How old is Jason Momoa? 43. Holy shit. Yeah. Sorry, 44 actually. Yeah, I don't think Tarzan is 44. You know, they can still pull it off with special effects, but like, why not just get an actor that's already 44? My favorite superhero growing up was Hal Jordan, the Green Lantern. Progressives. Oh, but he doesn't represent you. Me fuck off. Dude, almost every single black person I know. Granted, I don't know that many, right? So I'm pretty sure there are some black individuals that I didn't have the pleasure of knowing. But every single black person I know loves anime. Without a fucking exception. It's almost like it's in their blood. You know, like they watch anime when they're in their mother's uteruses. I don't know why. But, like, everyone likes anime. So, what is the representation there? There's no representation, you know? And not only that, if you look at YouTube channels, like some of the best YouTube channels for commentating on anime, they're black people. I mean, what more can I say? Like, if that doesn't debunk representation, I don't know what does. Because at the end of the day, it's not about representation, it's about relatability. Right? Like, if you see a character that you can relate with, that is 1,000 times more immersive and more entertaining than, oh my god, he has the same skin color as me. Oh my god, he's got like the same nationality. No one fucking cares. You can even relate to a character that's not your gender. But like, you know, if representation was true, that would be so fucking horrible, right? It would mean that straight people could never relate with gay people. Like, if you have a gay person on the screen and he is suffering something tragic, the public would be like, well, you know, I can't relate to that. I don't understand how it's like because I'm not gay. So, like, no one does that because it's not a thing. It's complete horseshit. It doesn't even add to good storytelling. Right? It makes absolutely no sense. Like, there was this meme that Stone Toss did. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Because it's so fucking true. I love the fact that progressives really, really hate Stone Toss. And this is because he's an excellent propagandist. Like, he knows how to send a message just by showing 2 clips. But look at this, right? So this was like an organized campaign on TikTok. I wouldn't be surprised if Disney marketing had a thing with it. Like all these black kids going like, oh my god, like she's just like me. And meanwhile, right, like this is legitimately grassroots. Like this is actual reality. Right, like everyone loves Goku. Regardless of race. Goku doesn't even represent anyone, he's a fucking Saiyan. But still, you know, like if you want to go that way, like he's Asian. You know, you can stretch it and you can say, well, he's white. Even though like it's obvious that he's Asian. But like, okay, fine, he's white. People of all nationalities and creeds like Dragon Ball. Like, this is a whole bar. Everyone grew up with it. I mean, it doesn't represent you. Like, how can... And you know what? It wasn't even that. But, like, there were a lot of things to learn from Goku. Like, hard work. Right? Like, if you have an insurmountable obstacle, like, what would Goku do? Like, he would try and try until he would surmount it. So, that was one. The other thing was... be kind to others, right? Like, Goku was a fucking saint, especially in Dragon Ball. Like, he was nice to everyone, he was kind to everyone, he always wanted to help. Like, that was a positive role model for kids. Like, I would have absolutely no problem allowing my kid to watch Dragon Ball. That's a really good and wholesome show. Black love it most, actually. I don't think, like, there's anyone that hates Goku. I haven't heard about it. Well, actually, when you go to Dragon Ball Super, maybe, because he's a bit of a tard in Dragon Ball Super, endangers all of the universes just so he can get a fight. But like in Dragon Ball, the first one, like Goku is like a really great role model. He's a really great character. American Outlier, I think everyone likes anime, hence why I'm making my own. There are people who don't like anime. Usually snobs. Sangan of Akkad doesn't like anime. Well, actually, he does as well. But there are people who don't like anime, right? But that's not my point. Like, my point is that if diversity was a thing, all black people would watch only cartoons where you have black superheroes, right? So, like, every single black person would have to like Cyborg. They would have to like Blade. They would have to like... what is the name of the Black... sorry, of the Green Lantern that's black. Not Hal Jordan, the other one. Shit. Grew up with him, but I forgot, right? But that's not the case. That, you know, like, they would have to like Luke Cage. Like, basically, they would have to only like American entertainment. That's it, right? So, like, by the rule of diversity, every single black person should only like and enjoy American entertainment. And that's not fucking true. And even then, I look at the fighting games. Right? Again, like, for some reason, I don't know why, but, like, African Americans, they usually win fighting games championships. So, like, when you look at the EVO, right? Like, EVO Online, which usually has, like, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, overwhelmingly, black people and Asian people are in the top. And I can explain for Asian people, it's because they usually get the games first. Like, they have it on arcades. So they get to play and practice before everyone else. But then African Americans are like the second. Like Sonic Fox, for example, black individual, constantly wins at Mortal Kombat. Now, what's interesting is that when you're looking at the characters they pick, it has nothing to do with gender, race, or sexuality. Like, they will pick the character that is performing well and that goes with their playstyle. And you can say, well, yeah, but like, what if they're picking the top meta? No, that's not the case, because like when the game is out and there is no meta, like, first of all, these are the people setting the meta, right? Because like they're the champions, so they're the ones setting the meta. But even then, they usually go for the characters that look cool, that look awesome. They don't go like, oh, I'm going to pick Jax because Jax is black and I'm black and therefore. Like, in fact, I actually see it very rarely happening. Like, usually, they go for an archetype. Like for example, if you have a player that likes zoning, like he's going to pick the zoner. Or they usually go for the sexy ladies. Buyer's remorse milestone. Why, thank you, Obagato. I appreciate it. Undisputed champion, Roman Reigns could replace Jason Momoa. I do not know who Roman Reigns is. I'll have to look it up. Let me see. Who is Roman Reigns? Oh. I mean, I guess, you know, like he wouldn't make a good Tarzan, but he would definitely manage to star in a lot of movies where Jason does. How old is he? 37 years. Yeah. I think if you have like a Twilight movie or a 50 Shades of Grey movie, you can definitely have this individual in. Women would like it. Like at the end of the day, there is titillation for men and there is titillation for women. And that is definitely titillation for women. So yes, Roman Reigns could definitely fit the bill. Girls project themselves onto characters. Boys project themselves onto themselves. Well, it's kind of interesting. Like, if you like cinematography and you want to see like what type of stories women like versus what type of stories men like, it's usually men like the type of stories where the hero sacrifices himself in order to protect others, right? So Superman, Goku, all of these things are stuff that men like. Women like things where they can do anything without repercussions. Like, I was looking at some of the comedies that women like. Like, there was this comedy with 3 women, and basically the main character breaks up with her boyfriend, and then sleeps around with a lot of guys. And at the end, she realizes that she actually is in love with the first boyfriend, calls him back, and gets together. You know, and I'm thinking, like, this is like what a bad person does. Because the movie is a lot more complex and it shows the suffering of the first boyfriend and stuff. But I'm thinking, like, okay, but like, you're such a bad person, right? Like, he didn't do anything wrong, right? Like, it was like she just got bored of the relationship, right? She got bored of the relationship. She went around, slept with another guy, and then slept with some more guys, and then eventually like comes back to the first. And I'm thinking, like, okay, but like that's not a mortal. That's not like what a good person does. And even like if it happens, right? Because like in real life, not everyone is good. Like, people have a right to be assholes. But that's not something you would want to put on the big screen. You know, that's not something that you would want as a role model for your daughter. Or even for your son. Like, if a man does that, it's just as bad. So I genuinely like do not understand, like, why do they like these types of movies? Like, I wouldn't like a movie where the guy... Like imagine this way, right? So you have a movie where you have Jason Momoa or whatever, right? And he breaks up with Danny. Danny is suffering, like, she's in severe anguish and depression. Like, she didn't do anything wrong. Like, he's just bored with her, right? Like, and he just breaks up with her. And then he sleeps around with a lot of women. And then when he gets bored of sleeping around with women, he goes back to Danny. What type of movie is that? Like, why would you even watch it? Like, what? You know, it doesn't send anything positive. It's not wholesome. It's not... I don't get it. But I guess, you know, I shouldn't get it. It's marketing. If someone wants to pay for that, go for it. Sonic Fox is extremely good, but his political takes will give you migraines. Well, look, all I have to say... For the people who do not know who Sonic Fox is, they like to say that a picture is worth 1,000 words, right? So if you want to see who the undisputable champion of Mortal Kombat is, here you go. And yes, he actually, like, when he competes, he uses the fursuit. I don't think I need to go into political takes or anything else. But there is, like, one more that I like, so hold on. Ed Boon. Like, look at his face. Hold on. This is the guy who made Mortal Kombat, right? Like he is the guy who came up with the idea. This is hold on, like not this picture, but like in every picture where he's with Sonic Fox, he has the same expression. And it's funny because I made the meme. I have one picture with him. Ah, here we go. This is the meme. I mean, this right here encompasses everything that happened with Mortal Kombat. So this is Mortal Kombat 9, right? Like, you can see how happy he is, right? And this is a cosplayer, and he's like, oh, okay, well, we take a picture. And then Mortal Kombat 11, where they made all the women ugly and stuff. And it's like, it's like his soul. It's like Shang Tsung just sucked his soul out of him. But hey, you know, like, this is the modern audience that you wanted, I guess. You know, this is the progressive audience. Like, you didn't like this. This is bad, right? Like, this is not cool. You grown up. You matured. This is actually what they said. They want to mature. Okay, so they matured into this. I don't know what this is, but I know, like, I missed the age of this. You know, I missed my childhood. Yeah, this is my life now. This is literally, that's his face. This is my life now. I am curious though, like how many are his decisions versus how many were forced upon him by people who said, yeah, you need to do this because this is progressive. Like, this is what's going to make the game sell. He shouldn't have made deals with Warner Brothers. I'm not even sure if Warner Brothers are the ones that actually stepped in. But what I do know, like, because it doesn't make sense, right? Like, you buy a game that it's literally just tits and violence. Like, that's what Mortal Kombat was, and that's what made it great. Tits and violence throughout the entire series. It's a video game that created the ESRB rating. Like, it was so over the top that parents got concerned and lawmakers actually started cracking down on free speech and freedom of creativity by imposing the ESRB rating. Okay, so you purchase that license and then you try to change it. Why though? But it doesn't make sense. Anyway, right, I don't even think it's with the Warner Brothers. I just think like people came up to him and they said, look, the culture has changed, the modern audience wants different things. And then he starts uglifying all of the female characters. The men are the same, right? Like, the men are just as good. The female characters are just eye-gougingly bad. And what's interesting is that as the game starts selling, they put up DLC making the female characters beautiful by giving them, like, sexy skins, right? So they realize, like, holy shit, we missed an opportunity here, right? Like, people were buying our game because of sex and violence. We have the violence in the game, but we removed the sex, so let's just slowly insert like some costumes that people will still pay us money for. Freedom of fatality, yes. It is Big Booba forever. Well, it's not just Kitana. Like, dude, all of the female like let me show you something, right? So Jade, MK11, and then let's look at Jade cosplay. So this is the cosplay of Jade. And I can tell you she looked like this in the game. Right? Like, just absolutely beautiful. You can't say it's unrealistic. This is real. Alright? And this is what they did to Jade. Look at it. And it's not even the fact. Because a lot of people say, well, it's because she's... Look at the jawline, man. Like, I don't understand what they have with the jaw. That they can't make a feminine jaw anymore. But, like, I want this jaw. I want to have it. Like, I want to go back in time and have this jawline. I would have been a millionaire. I would have been the Henry Cavill now. Henry Cavill looks at this with envy and jealousy. Broad shoulders, you know, like, just shrinking of the breasts. I loved it that people were like, oh, well, she's an undead, she's a revenant. Shut the fuck up. I can show you, like, first of all, why would you do that? Like, why would you do that? Like, right, you take the sexiest character in the game and then you create a lore story so that, oh, let's uglify her. Okay, like, that's number one. Number two, you did have undead in the past. Like, you did have the Tara, which were very hot. I mean, there are other undead. Shang Tsung, sorry, not Shang Tsung, Quan Chi, right? Like, Quan Chi is not undead, but like, you can... The same aesthetics that went to make Quan Chi can be used to make like a female Revenant. And it would look good. Because again, the men look good. Like, every single man in the game looks good. Even Zombie Liu Kang actually look presentable. Yeah, it's the budget cuts. Sylvanas is not there. Yeah, like, that's the thing, you know, like... Because they just have, like, the reductionary argument that if something looks good, then you want to fuck it. It's like, no, I don't want to fuck Roddy Tops from Shantae, but I can still say, yeah, she kind of, like, looks really good. I like her character design. Yeah, Sindel was dead. That's another good point. Sindel was dead. No, it's just like they're just looking for reasons in order to justify this bizarre marketing choice. And again, it is what it is. I mean, the game will sell regardless, right? Because it's Mortal Kombat. But, you know, it's just like some people would have liked to keep playing the way it used to be. Like, there was no need to change it. I'm curious, like, if they attracted more people because of the changes. I mean, this is how it used to be, right? Like, what the fuck was wrong with this? What was wrong with this? There was absolutely nothing wrong with this. And this is the female fatale, right? Like, she's not going to have sex with you. She's going to kill you. Like, it was the whole shtick about it. It's like, wow, look, she's so gorgeous. Like, I can't hit her. She's so big. Oh, she's hitting me. Oh my god, she killed me. She's now doing the fatality. Like, that was the whole thing. But no, can't have that. Absolutely not. Modern audience decides that you shouldn't. By the way, when is Street Fighter coming out? Street Fighter 6 release date. Street Fighter 6 release date, June. My fucking god, I gotta wait till June. June the 2nd. Naruhodo. Well, maybe I'll get in a beta, but unfortunately, I do not have connections to people who... You know what? Actually, scratch that. I got connection to a very wealthy black gentleman here. I got connection to American Outlier. American Outlier, if any of your friends, if people from your community, as the left likes to say it, community, right? People from your community, if they get an early beta access CD key to Street Fighter 6, I will pay you. I will pay you for it, because I want to play it on my channel. It's my favorite game. At least, you know, like, they gave me an eye-gouging character. Like, two, actually. Two really ugly characters, but at least Juri still looks presentable, and Chun-Li is decent, so... Hopefully, fingers crossed, they're not going to mess Ibuki. They're not going to touch my Ibuki-chan, but they probably will, though. I don't know. Because apparently, like, what they're doing is they're throwing the dice now. And depending on how the dice lands, they will either make a beautiful character or they will make a California character. So I hope the dice lands good on Ibuki, because in Street Fighter 5, Jesus fucking Christ, she looks awful. But hopefully, in Street Fighter 6, she will be presentable again. All I care about is my Ibuki. Maybe my Makoto as well. And my Laura. That's it. They did a good job with Cammy. Not gonna lie. Cammy is great. Maybe that's what they're doing. You know, like, the new characters are the eye gougers, and the previous ones, they still look good. Because at least they didn't mess with any of the previous characters. Vega is now trans. I don't care. The new characters are so goddamn bad. Like, let me... Hold on. The lolly one... Oh my god, like, the lolly one is just... Street Fighter 6 trailer. Yeah. So Zangief is like really great. Right, like the men look great. I haven't seen any man in the game that, like, oh my god, like, I don't like the new design. Look at this, like, when he's hitting, it feels like you're getting punched. Like, I really love the animations. And I felt that. Brace yourself. And the background as well. I don't know if it's actually connected, but when it feels like when he hits Honda, the fences are shaking.
This is your last ride. Let's go. My beautiful body is built better.
Alright. Look at this. Like, this is the most awful character that I have seen since Hassan.
I call upon you, great wind.
She calls upon the great fart.
Toino ikonoi, spirit of the wind.
Look, it's even green, like she's farting right now.
Let yourself become one with it. Okay, smile.
It's so fucking bad.
Good stuff.
And like, it's not only bad, but she looks cancerous to play against.
Here we go. That's just for you. Here I go.
I don't even know what she's supposed to be.
The voice of the spirit.
Is she supposed to be like a joke character?
Not.
But look at this, you know, so it's so weird because it's like a game that actually gives you both. Yeah, she has weapons. The thing is, like, the game gives you both good and bad. So Zangief is good, she's awful, but like this is amazing. Like, look at this. Like, I know who I'm going to make. Look at this shit. Look at it. Look. Look. This just got another copy sold. Got another copy sold. Like, I'm buying it just because of this. If I didn't know whether or not I would buy it, I would see this and I was like, cha-ching. Stop taking my money, Capcom. Please stop.
Another mission awaits.
Yeah, I want that game now. This is like real life London? Nah, there weren't enough machetes. Yeah, Kami looks good. It's so weird. Like, they make a character that looks great, and then they make a character that looks like butt ugly. It's kind of, you know, trying to confuse you whether or not to buy the game. I don't know if they reduced their breasts. I think like their breast is fine. Let me check again. Yeah, I think they reduced her breast a bit. Like, you know, like the boobs of the characters like vary from game to game. Like, for example, Juri has bigger breasts in 5 than she did in 4, but Ibuki has smaller. So it's not, dude, I don't mind. All right, like the rest of her design is perfect. Chun-Li has big boobs. Way better than UNICEF girl, Tekken 8 characters look good. Tekken is not my game, so I wouldn't know. But if you say that they look good, they probably do. Judy is getting slut shamed into zipping up her costume. Judy is actually good. Hold on. The thing with Judy that I don't like is that her face doesn't look that nice within this art style. But like they didn't try to uglify her, it's just like the new art style, the realistic one. The realistic thing that they're going with isn't great, so hold on. Judy is fucking amazing though. Look at this. So her face is the thing that I don't really appreciate. But like this is just... Come on. Come on. I love the fact that people are saying, well, you can't ride a motorcycle with bare feet. And I'm like, dude, these characters apparently can break a car with bare feet, right? Like that's part of Street Fighter 2. Like they can just kick a car until it's just destroyed. Yeah, I think realism went out the window when it comes to Street Fighter.
Time to play.
I love the fact that she's got fingernail colored as well. Like, she colored her toes. Look at it, like when she hits, it actually feels the impact.
You gonna keep me waiting, babe?
Nah, the thing is, like, most of the legacy characters, they seem to still look and feel the same way you'd expect them to. I think Lily is from Central America. I don't fucking care where she is. She's awful. Central America deserves better. I think the new Chun-Li looks like dog water. Yeah. Where is Chun-Li? Alright, fine. I'll show you, like, the Chun-Li as well, and then we'll stop. I don't want this stream to be like, show the Street Fighter 6 cast. You tell me if she looks good or not. I personally, again, I think it's the art style that makes her look different. But, it's just something you get used to. I'm curious seeing her in the other costumes, though, like the wedding costume, the SWAT costume.
Ready? Then show me.
Oh shit, I just realized the song is probably going to get me in trouble, but hopefully not. Apparently this is like a commentary feature which you can enable when you're playing. I guess it's like FIFA. When you play FIFA, you have a commentator that says stuff. I love the fact it's like, show me Chun-Li, and I show you Chun-Li getting her ass kicked. And that's in the trailer. And it's kind of like, in Mortal Kombat, Sub-Zero always gets beaten up in the trailer. It's like a running joke. Yeah, like, she's got thick legs and whatnot. Like, the thing is, I don't mind if they change something from a character, but, like, they keep the sexuality. So, like, for example, in the case of Cammy, First of all, it's like they covered their legs. That's fine. Like, there's going to be costumes and skins where her legs are uncovered. That's not the problem. But, you know, like, she still has a nice face. She still has, like, nice ass. Like, she's got abs, right? So, like, they keep the sexuality there. Yeah, maybe they shrank the boobs a little bit, but, like, it adds up with the other thing. With Chun-Li, like, they made her legs look thick, and she's got a nice ass as well. It's not like when the West does it. It's like the West looks at Jade, which was, like, very feminine, and then makes, like, a strong jawline, broad shoulders, make her manly and stuff. Isn't that because one of the creators' favorite character is Scorpion? I don't know, but, like, you would start wondering after a while. It's like, dude, you do realize that there's a fan base and this is a business. Like, stop. Like, there may be people who like Sub-Zero. Stop trashing on their character. Don't forget about the He-Man Marisa character. Man, like, the worst character that I have ever seen. Which literally looks like a man. Like, there is no way you can... Is Shiva from Mortal Kombat 11. Like, Shiva from Mortal Kombat 11, if you see this character, and it doesn't speak, like, it's the first time you see it, you don't know if they're a man or a woman. Right? Like, look at it. Look at it. You can't see it in this picture because for some goddamn reason it doesn't want to load properly. But it even had, like, at one point, the mustache shade. Like, And like, the thing with Shiva is that, well, she wasn't supposed to, like, be desirable. Even though, like, she actually did have a huge fan base. Because I'm a strong woman archetype. But this is how Shiva used to look like. Right? And they went from that. I mean, look. They went from this into this. So you can see that Fujin still looks good, right? Like, the male characters, they still look amazing. But it's the female characters that got nerfed all across the board. Like, the thing is, like, I really wanted to play Shiva because, like, she's a really good character. And as you can see, like, she also had some diversity going on in Mortal Kombat Alliance, Deadly Alliance. But, dude, like, look at this face. Look at this face. Like, it was so fucking distracting. Immersion breaking for me. It's like, make her a man if you want, you know, make her Shivu. Or Hiva. Or Hivu. Make her Hivu. What is this? Like, every single aspect, every single, like, character design was just to ruin her sexuality. Yeah, no more Goru. Gorks. Gorks. Like, my god, that is terrible. It does take a lot of design decisions in order to make something like Shiva to look like that, though. Fair enough, I'm a white female in real life, and I've always main Chun-Li. What the fuck? Dude, you're the first woman that I know, unironically. You are the first woman that I know which is playing fighting games. That's interesting. No, seriously, because, like, usually when I get matched, it's like only men. It's nice to know that women play fighting games too. I think she looks cute, and her muscles on her legs make sense considering how ridiculous buff Ken is. I think, like, from what I've noticed, when it comes to female gamers, they do go for the cute aspect. You notice this in World of Warcraft, because this was something that I discussed with the Blizzard developer that I know. They used to want more women in games, right? Because, like, there was this time period when Anita Sarkeesian was lecturing companies and saying that they're sexist because women don't play their games. And Blizzard actually, like, legitimately at first, you know, like, before getting the ideologues, they were like, okay, so what can we do in order to get more women to like it? And they created a forum, right? And they asked, it's like, what do women need in order to play the Horde? Because, like, most women would play Alliance, because they would go for the Night Elves, they would go for the human females. And women said they want pretty races. Like, that's literally it. Like, they want pretty races. And that's why they made the Blood Elves for the Horde. Unironically, right? It wasn't for lore reasons. It wasn't for anything else. They made the Blood Elves to join the Horde so that female so that female players would have a pretty race to play. And apparently it actually worked, because after that, like, there were a lot of women who actually joined the Horde. And they also had, like, more pretty troll models as well. So a lot of women played either female troll. There were a couple of female orcs that look really nice. But overwhelmingly, women would play female blood elves. Shiva becomes she/her. Yes. My girlfriend likes all kind of games, but particularly likes if she can make her character cute and pretty. Yeah, imagine fucking that, you know. But like, when I grew up, so this is only true for the girls of my generation. I don't know how the girls of this generations are like. But the girls of my generation just didn't like violence. Like, period. They did not like anything that has to do with violence. So when they watched movies, they didn't like slashers. They didn't like horror movies. They didn't like video games that were violent. And I think like that's why you have so many women that did not play these types of games. Like they would not play fighting games. And besides that, fighting games are also very competitive. Like, you need to spend at least 4 to 5 hours a day in order to get good at a fighting game. Sorry, to get decent at a fighting game. Yeah, see, like, we got Angelic. Like, there we go. We got her lived experience. Cute is the majority appeal for a lot of games I play. That is true. Like, that's my experience as well when looking at the demographic. Men want to play stuff that's cool or that has, like, sexiness. And women are attracted to stuff that's cute and pretty. And that's okay, you know, like, of course there's outliers. But, like, overwhelmingly, that seems to be the case. Maybe I got a strange one. My wife plays Blanca. Well, there are outliers, man. But, it, like, you know, you can always do the test. Play Mortal Kombat. I think, like, Mortal Kombat, maybe Injustice as well. Like, it used to have microphone, and you could actually hear the person you're fighting against. And, overwhelmingly, man, like, I remember, like, as I was playing, like, 5 to 6 hours a day at the time, I've never met a single woman. Now, if you play Overwatch, you're going to meet a lot of women. If you play League of Legends, you're going to meet a lot of women. Why? Because they have cute characters. And they're, you know, like, the violence there is not like Mortal Kombat level. Like, there's no blood, there's no, you know, gore or stuff like that. It's just, you know, like, cute characters. And I think it's also the team aspect, right? Because, like, in fighting games, you don't have a team. So it's not as I mean, it is competitive, but from a different point, right? Like if you play support, it's not as you don't feel like the entire weight of the game is on your shoulders. Let's put it like that. They're probably trying to cater to both in modern games rather than having different games for guys and girls. There can be games that cater to both guys and girls. Overwatch is a very great example. Like, there's a lot of women that play Overwatch. There's a lot of women that play Valorant. There's a lot of women that play League of Legends. Like, you can cater to both men and women. It's no problem. But for some reason, they do believe that if they make a game which caters to men exclusively, it's a problem. Like, that's the issue. Right? Like, they think it's sexist to make a game that only caters to teenagers. I'm not against violence or gore, but typically it's gotta have cute elements. Like, alright, so, like, you like Mortal Kombat as long as it's cute. Yeah, no, it's something that I understand. But I do notice that more and more women are more prone to play video games that have violence. Like for example, if you look at the VTubers, right? Like, they all play games that... well, actually, even VTubers don't play fighting games. I think, like, Corone is the only one that plays Street Fighter. I'm a woman that plays all kinds of games, but I'm not looking for cute. I'm looking for a challenge. This will stop me from playing a cute character, says Amizi. Alright, well, you know, there are outliers, as I said. Like, most women don't watch my show. The fact that you're watching my show shows that you're an outlier. But you're part of the intelligent class. It was a female Ruby fan that got me into the Blaze Blue fighting games, because according to that fan, they think Volume 4 through 9 Ruby... I have not played much Blaze Blue, because for some reason that game was ported very poorly to the PC, and I couldn't play it on a keyboard. I am not going to... Like, I can't get used to the controller. I have tried. Alright? I can't get used to the controller. I can't get used to the fighting stick. It takes a long time for me. I have managed to get all the way to Master in Street Fighter, like Ranked Master, by using a keyboard. There is absolutely nothing wrong with the keyboard. And furthermore, they have like this thing called... It's not a fight stick. Like they created a new controller that's just buttons, right? So like you don't have a stick anymore. And I'm like, motherfucker, that's a keyboard. Let me see if I can hitbox, I think it's called. Right. So when I saw professional players buy this shit, I was like, dude, this is a keyboard. What are you doing? So you're paying $400 for this shit, right? And the way it works is that this is back, this is jump, this is forward, back, jump. No, my bad. Right. So this is forward, this is crouch, this is back, and this is jump. And I'm like, dude, this is WASD. Like this right here, like this is a keyboard. And there were like professional players using it. And I'm like, okay, so you're mocking me for using a keyboard, and you're saying that I should buy a fight stick, while the professional players are spending $400 buying a, like, what? Why not just use the keyboard at this point? You can customize the keys anywhere you want. You know, use the space bar for jump then, and use like back, up, forward, and then you use the other buttons. Like, why is this a problem? And by the way, like, this is superior, and I'll tell you why, right? Like, if you have a move, like especially for charged characters, like, you're required to hold back, right? And then you hold back for 3 seconds, and then you press forward and a move button and a punch button, right? And it does the ability. The problem when doing this with a joystick, or when you do it with a stick, is that you have to hold the stick backwards, and then you have to move the stick forward. So when you do that, you're not blocking. Like, there is a couple of frames where you're not blocking. But if you're using the keyboard, you can just press the back arrow, right? You hold it pressed, and then you tap the forward arrow. And you're constantly using the block. And it's a lot more easier to perform these motions. But, again, I don't understand the problem with using a keyboard. Like, if I can beat people up with the keyboard, why should I change? Makes no sense. You can make those on a chip using $40. But like, I shouldn't pay extra money just to buy peripherals to play a game. Unless you're like really passionate about the game. So like, let's say I have seen people who are really passionate about racing games. And they buy like their own racing gig, you know, like they have like this pedal which accelerates, and they have like a wheel. Sure, you know, but like if I'm just playing fighting games for fun, I shouldn't be required to spend money on peripherals. Especially when they're so expensive. I mean, $400, get the fuck out. Rather buy a video card. Like, how much is the new graphics card? Buy a graphics card, you get one of those those graphics cards so you can run an AI waifu on your computer and you're set. Can't have a cheap keyboard though because of the button limitations. Well, most gamers don't have a cheap keyboard anyway. I mean, most gamers they have professional mice. By the way, I definitely recommend this mouse. What the fuck is it? It's a MX Master. Like, I spent a lot of money on MX Master, but I have it for 4 years now. It's got so many buttons, it's unreal. Like, this is the best. I feel like this is the best mouse in the world. Unironically. I think it's from Microsoft. What the Logitech. Yeah, it's from Logitech. But it's so fucking good. It's wireless. Hasn't failed me. I got it for so many years. Now, of course, there's a entry fee in order to get it. It's very expensive. But think about it this way. If you buy a cheap mouse and it keeps breaking and you have to buy another and another, eventually, over 4 years, you run up to the price of this. No, I haven't cleaned it. Like, I clean it once a month, but this is dirty. It is very dirty. I do need to clean it. Of course, the woman in the chat tells me to clean. Of course. Actually, I'm going to get my wife to clean it. Is it MX Master 2? No, there's an MX Master 2 now. Hold on, let me check. MX Master 2. Holy shit. Do I need to upgrade? Oh my god, there is an MX Master 2. Oh, what? Look at this. What is this? Mouse wireless Iron Man. But oh, so if this mouse ever breaks, I'll have to get the MX Master 2. How much is it? $100. Holy shit, $100 for a mouse. My fucking god. See, I got the one that's for $60. I couldn't afford the $100, but I'll get the one. Does it come in multiple colors? Let me check. I'm curious now. This is interesting. Oh, it comes in multiple colors. Holy shit. You can get it in white. The master PC mouse. This is like the superior master race mouse. White. By the way, never buy a white mouse, because every speck of dust, every little bit of dirt, you're going to see it. What are the reviews? Look at it. Women use this mouse. Holy shit. Like, look at her hand. Like, she's struggling to grasp it. Like, you know, I'm telling you this, right? Get your wife to have this mouse. She's going to have such a strong grip in the bedroom, if you know what I mean. Look at it. She's struggling to grasp this thing. Like, it's so fucking huge. Oh, the hipster. Holy shit, the hipster with the soy latte. See, he doesn't touch the mouse. The mouse is radioactive. Like, the hipster with the soy latte cannot touch the MX Master 2. I had one of these. These are awful. These are fucking awful. It broke. But it's not only that it broke. It's like the design makes it so that you accidentally fucking right click. It is so annoying. It is so fucking annoying. Like, this is the worst mouse in the world. I think I even made a video just shitting on this mouse at that point. Because I spent, like, I had to get a refund. Like, luckily, in the European Union, you can do that. But it was, like, so poorly designed. Because it looks good, you know? It looks like it's made for a gamer. But, like, you accidentally click on the right for some goddamn reason when you try to move it. So, yeah, I did issue a refund. And then I found the love of my life, which is the MX Master 1. But now, because some twat in the chat told me that MX Master 2 exists, I may have to upgrade. Now I know what I want for my birthday. I want the MX Master 2, goddammit. I need to start saving money for the MX Master 2. You know what? Maybe I can sell the MX Master 1. Second-hand mouse. No, actually, I will not send it, because it has served me well. I will give it a place of honor. I have a €15 mouse for 3 years. Yeah, but, like, are you playing video games? Are you a professional gamer? Because if not... €15 mouse. You know, like, as a man, you need to respect yourself. Like, I'm not saying that you should spend money on clothes or spend money on... But, like, it's your hobby, right? Like, if your hobby is to be at the computer, then fucking respect yourself. Buy yourself a mouse. Buy yourself at least a €50 mouse. At least. Show yourself some respect. Treat yourself to something nice. What do you spend money on, huh? Like, what is your hobby? I will not... Why would I get a second screen when there is the MX Master 2, which is out of my grasp? Yes, backup mouse. That is good. That is a good idea. I would not buy a second screen when I know that there is an MX Master 2 waiting for me out there. Like, that mouse is just, you know, waiting for me to pick it up. Don't give it away. Keep it for a rainy day disaster. Yeah. No, that's a good idea. I once bought into this stuff, but I have not paid more than $20 for a mouse in years. Stop making me feel bad, alright? I am not a wasteful person. My birthday is coming up on the 2nd of April, and now I know what I want. So please do not take this away from me. Do not try to imply that I am a wasteful capitalist, alright? Because I'm not. I rarely buy things for myself. But every now and then, you know, it's something that like... You see it out there, and you want it. And you have to work until you get it. And don't take that away from me. I can't live without the frictionless mouse wheel. Yeah, the frictionless mouse wheel is so fucking good, isn't it? Like, see, me and Torak are kindred spirits. Like, we understand each other. It's the little things, like the frictionless mouse wheel, which allows me to scroll the chat so I can see it. Like, this is so great. And you know what I can do? Like, listen to this, right? Do you hear this? You don't hear this because it's frictionless, right? Now, I can set it to friction only. So I click this, and you hear this? This is friction on, friction off. Look. Right? So now it's with friction. Listen, listen. Right? This is friction. And then when I play it, and now we don't hear anything. Like, dude, come on. You know? I bet the MX Master 2 has something similar. How much is the mouse? And any advice for someone interested in YouTubing? I might give it a go. The mouse is $300, man. So I need to start saving money. If you're interested in YouTubing, okay. Be passionate about what you talk about. And find a group of people that share your hobby. So for example, if you want to do anime, right? Like find a group of people that do anime as well and try to network. Because relying on the YouTube algorithm doesn't work. What you want to do is you want to find some websites, some forums, whether they be on Reddit, whether they be on Discord. Like find a place where people share your hobby. And then share the videos there. Right? And keep at it. Like, you need to be consistent. Like, you need to understand, why are you doing this? Are you doing this for entertainment, or are you doing this because you want a career? If you're doing this for entertainment, then it doesn't matter. If you're doing this because you want a career, then what it means is that you're going to have to upload a video per day. And you do this for a year, and then you're going to start getting subs. It takes a year to build up a channel. Now, another important thing, do not rely... Jesus fucking Christ, America now. Holy shit. I'm going to retire. Do not rely on people that have more subs than you, right? So even if you like someone and you just started out and they have like 20,000 subs, they're not going to collab with you. Or if they are, it's very unlikely, right? So do not think about it this way. Like, try finding people that are similar to you in size. Right? So, like, if you just started, go talk to people that have, like, 1,500 subs. Right? And talk to them. And make, like, a small circle of friends where you promote each other. The people that are bigger, they don't collab with you for several reasons. They don't collab with you because they do not know the type of content that you do, right? So, like, most people that start on YouTube, they do stuff that get them in trouble with the terms of service, that get them in trouble with, like, for example... If I were to have someone on a stream right now and they do not know like the rules of YouTube and they start, I don't know, denying the holy election of 2020, you know, it can get my channel shut down. Now, I do collab with smaller content creators. I have done that in the past. But there are, like, I'm telling you the rule of the at large, like what other people do. And thank you, American Outlier. Holy shit, I still can't believe, like... Dude, are you going to have any more money left? Like, you're giving me way too much. I'm telling you from the experience when I grew up, right? Because like, you're looking at it, and you're doing, like, politics, and you're talking about it, and you want to collab with this other guy, like, you want to collab with, I don't know, Shoe on Head, and she doesn't look at you, you know? She doesn't even know you exist. Why? Well, because you don't have the subs. So what you want to do is, like, you need to grow steadily by yourself, and when you finally grow to a level, then you can collab with the people you like. Another way that it works, and I have seen this happen, but it's a tactic that I do not like, is to criticize bigger creators, right? So like you start criticizing someone until they give you a response, and when they give you a response, they basically advertise you, and then you get subs. Wouldn't collab blindly. Malicious people exist. Exactly. The thing is, like, a lot of content creators are afraid, right? Because if you invest, like, if you upload a video a day and you invest a lot in your channel, so you've been working at it for 2, 3, 4 years, you don't want to lose it because you invited some person and then they started saying things that shouldn't be said, right? Because at the end of the day, you don't make the rules. And I'm telling you the reason why people don't collab. I'm not like that. I have collabed with smaller creators many times. I usually go on their channels and stuff. But it is what it is. Also, bigger creators are very busy because they do treat it as a job. So for instance, I make 4 videos a day. And I also make a live stream. And I also have to go to Arch to do the Archcast collab. I don't have the time, you know, to just I mean, maybe once a month I can go to someone else, but like I literally don't have time because making 4 videos, that's almost like a full-time job, and then I have to spend time with the wife, and then I have to work on my video game, so it is what it is. You gotta go pay rent to American Outlier. I will advertise American Outlier now. You know, like, at least he's not going to get buyer's remorse. Like, when you start your channel, I will post your videos on Twitter, if I like them. Also important. I can't post stuff that I don't like. So if I like them, I will post them on my Twitter. But, like, that's my advice to you. If you want to start YouTube, right? Be consistent. So upload every day. Try doing shorts. Like, shorts actually do grow your channel. It would help with a brand to promote your manga. If you want to promote your manga, get in with the Flashcast, right? So try it. Maybe I can set you up with the people with like, I don't know if I can like get you with Ethan Van Sciver or anything. But they do have like their own clique, which is Comicsgate. And if the manga is good, I can show it to them. And if they like it, you know, like maybe they will get you in with their clique. I know that Ethan doesn't really like manga, but if it's made by American, like maybe it will be different. So that's like one way to do it, right? Like you get similar like-minded people, and you try to create a circle where you promote each other. But yes, like art is very subjective, right? So it will be up to them if they like your stuff or not. But it would have been really good if you got on this bandwagon like 2 years ago, because then it was a lot easier. Now it's a little bit super saturated. And yes, you also need to know the terms of service of YouTube. Like Raging Golden Eagle had his channel nuked because he showed the stuff that he wasn't supposed to show. So if your manga is lewd, you need to make sure that you don't show any nipple bulges, right? So, like, if you have a girl that's got, like, a swimming suit, but, like, the nipples perk out, like, that's something you shouldn't show on YouTube. Anything that can be titillating or sexually appealing is a gray area. So, you need to know the TOS by heart. And by the way, like, the TOS is very complex now. Unironically, they have over 50 rules with what you are allowed, what you aren't allowed. And then when you go to the monetization, it's 100 other rules. So anyway, right, I need to go work on my main channel. So thank you guys so much. Again, like, thank you for the super chats. Holy shit, I got a lot more than I expected. And I appreciate